It can be a wild ride following the lives of the cast members from the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, and it seems the drama never really stops, even when the cameras do. Fans who have been keeping up know that it's not always happily ever after for these couples, and sometimes their personal lives take a turn into some pretty serious territory. We've seen our share of cast members facing legal issues, from rocky relationships and custody battles to more severe situations. It's a sad reality that some of the people we watch on our screens end up in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. A recent case that has everyone talking involves a cast member from 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, who just broke their silence after a scary situation, the latest chapter in a long-running saga. The person at the center of this newest story is Varia Molina. If you watched her season, you'll remember her dramatic journey with Jeffrey Paschal. Their relationship was a roller coaster of emotions, and fans were divided on whether they were a genuine match or a recipe for disaster. After the show, Varia's life continued to be a focus for fans, especially after her partner, Jeffrey, was convicted of a serious crime and sentenced to a long time in prison. Many people were shocked by the details that came out during his trial, and Varia's decision to stand by him caused a huge rift with her followers. She faced a lot of criticism for her loyalty, with some people feeling like she was being insensitive to the person harmed by his actions. It was a tough time for her in the public eye, and she was accused of a lot of things, from using the situation for social media attention to being a gold digger. No matter what you thought of the situation, it was clear that she was navigating a very complicated and challenging time in her life, and it definitely cost her a lot of public support. A new crisis and a shocking arrest. Just when it seemed like the dust had settled, Varia found herself in the middle of another serious situation. On July 9, 2025, she was taken into custody in Tennessee, which sent a shockwave through the 90-Day Fiancé fan community. Details were scarce at first, but the news quickly spread across social media. For a while, there was radio silence from Varia herself. Fans were left to wonder what had happened and what the truth was behind the reports. It must have been a terrifying experience for her, and for anyone who has ever been in a difficult spot, you can imagine the fear and uncertainty she was likely feeling. Being in a situation like that is overwhelming enough without the added pressure of having thousands of people watching your every move. Thankfully, she was able to post bail and get out of that situation. It was a huge relief for anyone who had been worried about her. Varia's first words since the incident. After her release, everyone was waiting to hear from Varia. What would she say? Would she explain what happened? Would she try to clear her name? Instead of a detailed explanation, her message was short and to the point. Shared on social media, Varia's statement was a heartfelt thank you to her supporters. She said, "I learned how huge my support system is. Thank you everyone who offered help and was genuinely worried." While it was great to hear that she was safe and had people in her corner, the message left a lot of questions unanswered. According to some social media accounts, Varia's legal issue stemmed from a situation at a retail store where she was accused of taking over $2,000 worth of merchandise without paying. This is where the conversation among fans gets interesting. On one hand, it's completely understandable why someone would want to keep the details of a personal and legal situation private. It's probably an incredibly stressful time, and she's likely being advised to not speak publicly about the specifics. She might want to protect herself and avoid saying anything that could make her situation worse. On the other hand, many fans expected more. After facing so much public scrutiny and criticism in the past, her silence on the details feels like a missed opportunity to rebuild trust and address the rumors head-on. By only thanking her supporters, it almost comes across as if she's ignoring the core issue, which could alienate some people who were looking for some transparency. Why her statement is so complicated? Varia's statement, while grateful, doesn't really help her public image. In today's world, social media is often the first place people go to either tell their side of a story or try to control the narrative. For a public figure, a vague statement can sometimes do more harm than good. It leaves a void that is quickly filled by rumors, speculation, and negative comments. Fans of the 90-Day Fiancé franchise in particular are a dedicated and passionate group. They invest in these cast members' lives and often expect a level of authenticity and honesty from them. When that expectation isn't met, it can lead to disappointment and further criticism. For Varia, this situation is made even more difficult because of her past. Her continued support for Geoffrey and the backlash she received for it has already made many fans wary. Her new legal issue, whatever the specifics may be, just adds another layer to her complicated public persona. By not addressing it directly, she might be reinforcing the idea that she's avoiding accountability, which is a reputation that is very hard to shake.